Politics is important. Politics is professional. Politics is the engine on the car on the road that drives us forward. Welcome to Serious Politics 101. Hi, this is your host, Haru Mamaza, and we will sought the opportunity to learn about the executive branch. The Philippine government takes place in an organized framework of a presidential representative and democratic republic, whereby the president is both the head of the state and the head of the government. This system revolves around three separate and sovereign yet interdependent branches. Branches of the government. Legislative branch. The legislative branch is authorized to make laws, alter and repeal them through the power vested in the Philippine Congress. This institution is divided into the Senate and the House of the Representatives. Executive branch. The executive branch is composed of the President and the Vice President who are elected by direct popular vote and serve a term of 6 years. The Constitution grants the President authority to appoint his cabinet. These departments form a large portion of the country's bureaucracy. Judiciary branch. The judicial branch holds the power to settle controversies involving rights that are legally demandable and enforceable. This branch determines whether or not there has been a grave abuse or discretion amounting to lack of access or of jurisdiction on the part and instrumentality of the government. It is made up of a Supreme Court and lower courts. Next is the executive branch. The executive branch is headed by the President who functions as both the head of the state and the head of the government. The President is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. The President is elected by popular vote to a term of 6 years. The President then appoints and may dismiss his or her cabinet members whom he or she presides over. Executive power is exercised by the government under the leadership of the President. Legislative power is vested in both the government and the two-chamber Congress, the Senate, and the House of the Representatives. Judicial power is vested in the courts with the Supreme Court of the Philippines as the highest judicial body. Now, these are the qualifications for being a president or a vice president here in the Philippines. Feel free to pause the video if you want to be an actual member of public officials, but if not, just keep it playing, bro. The Philippine President is granted specific powers by the Constitution. The following are some of his or her powers. Control over all executive departments, bureaus, and offices. Power of general supervision over local governments and autonomous regions. Power to nominate, appoint, and remove officials. Budgetary and fiscal power. Power to contract or guarantee foreign loans on behalf of the country. And the power to check other branches of the government. The branches of the government are given the ability to check on the other branches' exercise of power. This will also provide political stability and prevent abuse. Here are ways on how the President's exercise of power is checked. One is the Congress can request the department heads under the executive department to appear and be heard on any matters pertaining to their corresponding departments. Only through the authorization and specification of Congress could the President exercise power of taxation, and the Congress specifies the condition and restrictions of certain powers it assigns to the President. Now, here are some examples of Philippine presidents during the contemporary period and also their scandals and issues. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Maria Gloria Macaraig Macapagal Arroyo, often referred to her by her initials, GMA, is a Filipino academic and politician who served as the 14th President of the Philippines from 2001 until 2010. The president faced numerous challenges, including an unstable economy and violent counter-protests launched by Estrada supporters. She was also accused of providing special treatment to the jailed former president. Benigno Aquino III. Benigno Simon Cojuangco Aquino III, also known as Pinoy or Noynoy, is a Filipino politician who served as the 15th President of the Philippines from 2010 until 2016. Aquino is a fourth-generation politician and was the chairman of the Liberal Party from 2010 to 2016. Aquino was accused of usurping legislative powers when he decided to relocate $1.67 billion in government funds in 2011. Aquino is liable for the unlawful issuance of the funds for projects not approved by the Philippine Congress. The amount released was 72 billion pesos, which at the time was equivalent to about $1.6 billion. Rodrigo Duterte. Rodrigo Roa Duterte, also known as Digong and Rodi, is a Filipino politician who is the current president of the Philippines and the first from Mindanao to hold the office. While massively popular and backed by 16 million Filipinos who voted him to power, Duterte has been amassing critics from day one. Among their chief complaints, Duterte's hard-line stance against drug and criminality, his apparent disdain and flippant disregard for human rights. So that is all for today. That's 6 minutes. See you tomorrow.